Hi, I'm Sylvia from New Creations, and I just want to show you today how easy it is to attach all the limbs and the trunk to the elephant. I've turned the trunk inside out, and now what you have to do is turn it back inside a bit. So you just pull it a little bit, about up to where the line is there. And then you've got this trunk, and you can make a little hole so it actually looks like a trunk. So it's only about 3/4 of the length that it is when I first showed you. So first we're going to attach the trunk, and it's just finished sewing the mouth, so it's going to do the outline where the trunk is going to be. Now here is the outline, and I always use the same color as what I'm going to use for the top of the trunk, and we're going to line this up like so, and you can tape it down if you like, and then we're going to stitch it. Now as you can see, it's attached the trunk here, and what you got to do is cut that little bit off if you've got any there, because it's like an applique. So now I'm just going to trim this little bit. So now I've trimmed neatly along the top of the trunk, and the next stitch is going to be the decorative stitch that goes on the top there. We're going to attach the ears and the arms and the legs. Now as you can tell, I haven't really stuffed this a lot. There's plenty in there, and it's empty from about here up. And sometimes I know you ladies get your machine stuck in that, or the needle, and most of the time the reason will be is because you got some of the filling, and needles do not like filling. I can tell you that by experience. So we're going to first place the ears. Next it's going to do the placement line for the ears and the arms and the legs. Okay, darling. No. Now we're going to attach the first ear, and this ear is going to go like that. So we're going to turn it over and line it up with the corner to the top. Line it up straight. Okay, one way to make sure you start at the right end is just bring your needle down, and if it's right in the corner, you're in the right position. Off we go. And now we're going to do the same thing for the other ear. Okay, I've positioned the ear as straight as I possibly know how to, and I'm just bringing the needle down again for the first stitch on that color, and it's in the right place. So off I go. Ears out of the way, and now we're going to attach the left arm. And again, this is how the arm is going to look, so you just place it down, and we're going to line it up. Again, see where the first stitch goes, and that's right. Oops. And now we're going to do the left foot, and again make sure there's no filling in there, and this is the way it's got to go. So you just turn it over, line it up, put your needle down, that looks about right, and off you go. Now the right foot, and again make sure you know his toes are up and all that, and you stick it under there. Make sure it's about right, and it is, and off we go. Okay, and this is the right arm, and again I've lined it up. Put your needle down, and that looks about right, and start. Okay, everything is attached now, and what we got to do now is he's got to really cuddle up because we don't want anything to get in the way of the stitch line. So the first thing we're going to do is tie up his ears. So get some nice wide masking tape. And stick them down like so. You pull the trunk up and tape that down. Next it's the feet. Again, put the masking tape down. Really tuck it in tight. And again with the arms, put some tape down. Push the arm down. Okay, that's pretty good. Now we're going to put the back on the top, right side facing down. Make sure the pile's going the right way. And I'm going to pin all that really as tight as I can. I've pinned all around, and as you can see, it's nice and snug in there, ready to be born. And you have to check the back to make sure your pins are nowhere near the stitching line and they're well out of the way. Okay, we'll go put it in the hoop, in the machine, and we'll stitch out the last color. If the hump is in the way, just push it aside a little bit and start sewing. it's stitched all the way around, and this is done on a single machine, and so it is possible to do that, as many of you know. You just have to be careful, and you know, you might have to move this around a bit if your foot is really low, but you can do it. I've taken the design out of the hoop and took most of the stabilizer off, and now I'm gonna cut around it. Just leave a little bit, about, I don't know, just over 1/4 of an inch. And make sure you snip in the corners. It's really important. You're now gonna try to get rid of this tape. And here he is, my little pink elephant. Now all we need to do is stuff him. Okay, and here he is, all finished and ready to be taken by some little child to cuddle, or maybe even an adult. I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope it made it a little bit more clear on how to assemble everything. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.